Today, I'm going to show you an amazing free resource for parents, teachers, and students to both learn and teach new vocabulary. Catherine Snow, a professor and researcher at Harvard, says that deficits in vocabulary can be one of the greatest hindrances to understanding and comprehending a grade level text. Basically, teaching vocabulary is super important. And this is not just the job of the ed specialist or the English teacher. Every teacher should be teaching academic language and vocabulary in their classroom. I've been using Wordsift.org for years, so I'm going to walk you through and show you the hidden gems and secrets of this website. This is a great resource whether students are just learning English or they've spoken it their entire lives. Hit subscribe, smash the like button, and let's get started. Here's Wordsift.org. The goal is to help grow and enrich the academic vocabulary of students across grade levels, and especially through academic content instruction. Now, before we get into it, I want to show you the menu at the top. If you click on the About page, you'll find some background information about the website, as well as ways to use the website for lesson prep, previewing a text, literacy support, group activities, and assessing your students. Next, if you click on the Features tab, it's going to break down the major features of the website, which I'll actually break down and walk you through. Next, you see the Theory tab. And I would actually click on this and read through it because it's going to break down the why, the challenges of reading comprehension for English language learners, and how to help support them with academic language instruction. Next, you'll see the Word List tab, and it breaks down the various word lists used for this website. If you click on the Tips tab, it's going to show you how to take a screenshot of the activity to post in a presentation. Lastly, if you click on the acknowledgements, you'll find out who is behind the website. To get started, you paste your text into the box, press Shift, and then you start visualizing the vocabulary. I'm going to use one of the sample texts for this tutorial. You also can find an article on Wikipedia through there. So I'll click here, and you can see my text is pasted into the box, and then I'll press Shift. The first thing you're going to see is a tag cloud, and these are the 50 most common words in your article. This excludes function words like such as, is, the, and. And you can see that the frequency is shown by size. So the most common word in my article is king. It's said 95 times. And then you have black, which is said 66 times. Movement, it's said 38 times. As compared to something like simply, it's said 8 times. So the bigger the word, the more it's used in the text. So this is a great visual representation of my article. I can actually see the main ideas by just looking at this graphic. If I go up here and click on the cloud styles, I can choose to change the way my graphic looks. Now this just changed it. Now it's 200 words placed. I can go back here and change it again. And now it's going to show the 100 most common words. You can use this graphic for various things. The first thing is as I plan my lesson, I get to see the most frequent words used in the article. This helps me plan which words I need to teach to my students. But here's the reality. You're not going to teach your students all these words. You have to be smart and pick and choose the words that will be the most meaningful to your students. In a moment, I'll show you how I choose the words that I pre-teach to my students. And now if you take a screenshot of this and add it to a presentation and share it with your students, the possibilities are endless of what you can do with it. If you actually have ideas, throw them in the comments below, because I'd love to hear how you can use this in your own classroom. Here's a couple of my ideas. One, as you share this with your students, you can use it as a do now. You can use this graphic to activate prior knowledge. You can ask students, what words do you already know? And that can connect them to the words you want them to learn. You can also use it to preview the text. Using just the words in this graphic, you can have students write a short story or article, and this is going to get them using the words so that they're ready to read them in the actual article. Students can also use this to predict what the article will be about. Have them play a little guessing game. Based on the words that are provided, what do they think the article will be about? You can also use this graphic to provide individual vocabulary instruction. Students can choose the 3 or 4 words that are toughest for them, define them, and then share them with the rest of the class. Like I said, the possibilities are endless. Please share your ideas in the comments below. Next, I can actually click on one of these words. So I click on the word struggle, and then I scroll down, and I actually see a visualization of that word and any related word, both synonyms and antonyms. This is a great way for students to learn how words relate to the words you're trying to teach. When I teach vocabulary, I like to teach both examples and non-examples. For example, if I'm teaching the word struggle, I can introduce it by the words fight, conflict, and battle. These are words they already know, and it can help connect to the word I want them to know, struggle. If you actually hover over these dots here, it gives you the definition. Green is a verb, whereas red is a noun. If you look on the right, it's pulled images from Google to represent the definition of the word. This is a great way to have students understand what the definition is by activating their visual memory. You'll notice if I click on some of these words, the images don't pop up, but that's okay. You can have students do a Google search on their own. If you look at the mind map, in red it provides antonyms, and that can be a great way to teach non-examples to your students. If I scroll down below, I can actually see how the word is used in context. I like to look at this before I teach the words to understand how the context shapes the word. This can also provide a great mini lesson for students. You can teach them that the context of the sentence can actually change and shape the meaning of the word. I highly suggest that not only you use this in lesson planning, but I also encourage students to use this as well. It's a great way for them to visualize the text and actually see how different words are used in context. Now let's check out some other features. If I click here, I can see a text view. This is a great way to teach text structure to your students. You can also see the word counts, the number of paragraphs, and different information that helps you understand the complexity of the text. You can also sort the words in various ways. I can do it alphabetically A to Z, and I can also sort it by most common words to rare words. This can allow you to see the words in the text your students already know, but also the words at the bottom that they may struggle with. Now let's take a look at the best ways to choose which words you're going to actually teach your students. If you go up here and click on Mark Words, you can actually choose to see which words apply to which list. For example, my favorite is the academic word list. This list is compiled of 570 words pulled from different academic textbooks across disciplines. This includes words like affirm, interpret, evidence, or theory. Those are just examples, but these words are not just domain specific. They're not just used in science or history. They're used in every subject. And so by teaching those academic words, you're going to get more bang for your buck. If you want to see some of the background on that list, you click here and it'll give that for you. But if I click on this list, it's going to mark the words that are known as academic vocabulary. And now I can pick and choose which words will I teach: community, context, significance, involvement, emphasis. And you can see that these words are not just domain specific. These are words you'll see in history and science and math. By teaching these words, you broaden the depth of the vocabulary knowledge. If you go back up here, you'll see that you can mark words by the general service list and the new general service list. I actually prefer the new general service list because it's the updated version. It's about 2,000 to 3,000 of the most common words in the English language. And so if I click on that, you'll see which words are most commonly used in the English language, which you can see is a lot. That's why I prefer to focus on the academic language. Again, it's just helpful to see which are the most common words your students will interact with. You can also go back up here and mark words by subject. So if I click this, I'll mark words by science. So these are words that you see in science textbooks like life, research, source, mass. I go back up here and I can mark it by social studies. These are words you'll find in a history text. And so as a history teacher, I like to teach these words as well as the academic vocabulary. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial and that it will help you teach academic language and vocabulary in your classroom. Make sure you hit subscribe because I'm going to walk you through the entire writing process from start to finish, as well as provide videos on different reading strategies. Again, let us know in the comments if you have any questions or if you have a specific reading strategy that you use in your classroom to teach vocabulary. Go and share that down below. Hit the like button. See you later.